We are weeks away from the release of EAFC, which comes out September 29th. And as the release date comes near, this game has not, avoided drama. In gaming, there's always drama around any major video game. And unfortunately for this game, the drama isn't a payment model or graphics or anything like that. It's women. Yes, this is we're going into that conversation where people are upset. Actually, the people, men on the internet are upset that women are going to be part of the Ultimate Team. For those who don't play soccer games, who don't play sport games, period. In sport games, thanks to FIFA, there's this thing called Ultimate Team. Ultimate Team is essentially you collect cards, air quotes, of players who you form a team with, and you use that team online against other players, or in some solo modes like squad battles or challenges, things of that nature. Every sport game has this because FIFA originally, made it a big thing. It made so much money for EA that every sport game copied it since then. EA is dropping the name FIFA and going with the name EA Sports FC for their soccer game title. It's still just FIFA, but it's supposed to be like a revamp and rebrand and things like that. It's so special. But one of the things that they're doing is they're going to be adding women to the Ultimate Team, which isn't new, by the way. NHL has been doing women in the Ultimate Team. I don't know if it was last year's game that did it for the first time. You're seeing gameplay of NHL 23. I don't know if it's 23 or 22 that did it first, but no one ever said anything. There's never complained about that. I've never seen anyone who played the NHL games complain about being able to have women be part of the Ultimate Team. My team has them. Like, my team has a lot of women. My goalie's a woman. My team captain Sarah Nurse is a woman. And if your question for it is like something like, oh, this doesn't make logical sense, women can't play men's sports and things like that. It's like, well, hockey has fighting, and yet they're there. But also just in general, it's a video game. Stop trying to like bring in real life thought processes into a video game when it comes to men would destroy women in sports and things like that. Stop with that. This conversation, this topic of the women being part of the Ultimate Team from FIFA is mostly just the same kind of dialogue you see on Twitter when it comes to pronouns and Starfield or anything that seems progressive or left leaning in video games, where it's like there's a bunch of single cis men on the internet who are miserable. They hate their life, and their personality has become red pill metal spirit content. So anytime they see anything that seems a little progressive, they just jump out their chair and lose their mind. In this situation with FIFA, well, with EA Sports FC, it's the same thing, where it's like, this isn't actually a big deal, but it's being made into a big deal by people who just don't have anything else to do with their life other than kind of shade women. Like, they just hate women, and they just hate the idea of having to see women. Like, me personally, I really don't want this video to be all about them. I want to talk about me being happy that they're going to have women on the Ultimate Team, because I love the idea. Like, I really like. I'm not even being joking with you. If they didn't have the women for NHL 23, I would not even like bother playing the Ultimate Team. I would just did what I always do, would just play the franchise mode, one Stanley Cup with the Red Wings, and then stop playing the game. But because of there being women in it, I was like, oh, I get to play Sarah Nurse, my team. I would love to do that because that's one of my favorite players. So it's like, when I have the option to put my favorite players with each other, so I can have her play alongside Dylan Larkin or Anthony Mantha and things like that. That's fun to me. So when it comes to EA Sports FC, I get to have Christian Press, my favorite soccer player, next to Messi, who's my other favorite soccer player, and I can just build a team of my favorite players: Tobin Heath, Alex Morgan, Kat Macario, and have freaking Jordi Alba, and I just get to have this dream team to have fun with. And that's kind of what video games are. Video games are supposed to be fun, and that's what this is to me. This is like a fun dream team thing to do, where it's like I can literally form my favorite team with my favorite players who are both men and women. Like, imagine having like a Carly Lloyd icons card that you would get from a pack like that. Just Mia Hamm, as a card. Like, it just so many like ideas and good things that can happen when it comes down to this. And I applaud EA for going ahead and putting women into the Ultimate Team, because it's a great idea. Like, it is like, ignore all the loud mouth people on the internet who's like, oh, we don't need women in the Ultimate Team, this is stupid. Like, those people don't have good takes or good opinions. They're just all a bunch of like miserable idiots who, you know, just don't like women. You know, like they'll beat off to them and flood their DMs, but they don't really like them in terms of like seeing them as people or seeing them as someone who enjoys video games. Because there are women who play sport games who would love to be able to play a sport game and, you know, experience the games from, you know, with women on the team. And there will be women out there who are going to be content creators who want to make an all women, you know, Ultimate team. And I look forward to seeing those teams and playing against those teams and having fun with those teams. I'm sure it's gonna be team of the weeks and Ultimate team that involve women. There's so much like fun potential that can come from it, and it's unfortunate because what it's going to show is it's going to show that to other people that the FIFA community is also just as misogynistic as the rest of the gaming community. Whereas like, damn, you would think that there'd be some community out there in gaming where they're not misogynistic dickheads who are just upset about things that don't matter, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's just a video game. It doesn't affect you in any way. If you don't want to have women on your team, you don't have to sign any women to your team. You don't have to go out there and spend your gold or your coins on any players who are women to put them on your team. You don't have to do that. That's not being forced onto you. So you shouldn't be sitting here complaining about it if it doesn't even affect you. If you don't want to have, you know, Trinity Rodman on your team, you don't have to. They're not forced. They're not being like, hey, you have to have, like, they're not going to have like a requirement for building a team, at least one woman on your team. It's not going to be like a thing. So you're not being forced to. So it's not a big deal. I've seen people like just raging about there being women in FIFA for the Ultimate team. It's like, what are you upset about? And why do you hate women so much? Like, y'all are so weird. Like, the whole internet hatred towards women, internet hatred towards like anything progressive is just so awkward. Like, it's such an awkward thing to me. This will be a long video. There's one thing I talk about, you know, the whole piece of drama and, you know, me really looking forward to it and why I enjoy the idea of it. You know, honestly, this makes me more interested in playing EA Sports FC than it did before, because I'm the kind of person when it comes to sport games where I don't value them as being new games. I value them as being games that you pick up on their own sale. Whereas like now I'm way more interested in playing this game because I could build an Ultimate team that has my favorite players on it. I can literally build my dream Ultimate team of both men and women's players who are my favorite players. And I really hope that EA does have like the icon cards for women, where you have like Hope Solos, Icon Fagoli, Mia Hamm, and Carly Lloyd, and, you know, Shannon Box, and like all these other like legends from the past who are retired now as icon cards. And that'd be so much fun. And that's kind of like, I'm a gamer, and to me, games are meant to be fun. And all I can think about when it comes to the situation is it's fun. So with all I said, that's it for this video. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. Y'all stay safe. Y'all be kind to one another. It's free to be kind. Being a dickhead, it seems like it's very exhausting and frustrating and miserable. Maybe you should stop. I hope you all feel good both mentally and physically. Maybe if y'all feel good mentally, you wouldn't be so hateful. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all stay safe. Be kind to one another. Be your boy Anubis. I'm out of here. Deuces.